Okay, this will be an interesting one. I don't know how big we're going to make it. You can hear the cicadas in the background. They're in full swing. It's been a warmish sort of a day today, even though it's been mostly wet or drizzly this year. Okay, let's see what we have. We have here, got it cheap, it was out of date, Art Guide Australia. I don't know if this is a replacement for the Art Almanac that we used to see, but we're interested in this image, and maybe we can cut that off, perhaps. So we're going to just print this off first. But I'm pretty sure it might be a new style of art almanac, because we used to have the Art Almanac, and we used to show all the major art exhibitions and shit. But I don't like the art world much. It's really snooty and up itself, and I just haven't got any respect for the way the art world is. It's all about money, and you get the feeling people like myself don't get much praise from the art world. So the art world is indeed a snooty, cliquey sort of a world. It's not a place that you feel welcome when you're basically yeah, that looks interesting. So yeah, when you're a person like myself who isn't in the clique of the art world, it is a cliquey world. It is very, very cliquey. Wondering if we can make this a mirror image. I just don't feel like I'm welcome in the art world. I don't feel like I actually belong, and we're just going to throw it away. But basically it's really a world that doesn't mix with people like myself. I'm an outsider. I've always been an outsider in the art world. I've never felt like I had some smaller places, like a couple of art centres liked my stuff, but they're fairly small, and I don't think that was a long time ago, when I was still in my teenage years, my teen years. I'm now 48, I just turned 48 on the 1st of January. So I don't feel all that welcome in the art world anymore. So not really, I'm a bit of an outcast when it comes to the art, the social and gallery side of things, which is important in the art. In being an artist, you can't just snub the art galleries all the time, which I have been doing, because I just don't feel like I belong. But the good thing about this day and age is that you have social media and video hosting sites like YouTube and Facebook, and you can show your stuff off in those sorts of areas if you fail to launch as an artist in the real time. So you do have choices now. You don't have to go into the art world. This looks nice. I think we're going to use that. But basically, you don't have to be a success in the conventional art world. You can use social media to promote your stuff, and that's what I'm trying to do here. is trying to promote this and to get it on television. I feel that television is the ultimate medium to put my work towards. So I'm trying to get this stuff on television so I can get reunited with a loved one. So yeah, this is not an easy task to do either, but it's a lot better than using art galleries, because art galleries is too slow and it doesn't have the same coverage, the art world. So I wonder if we're going to make it a bit smaller. Wondering where the centre of this job is going to be. I'm thinking it's going to be there. But yeah, it's really difficult trying to get your stuff out there. It's really not as easy as it looks. I've been a photocopier artist on and off since 1986, so I'm an old hand at it when it comes to using the photocopier as a creative tool. So I'm a real old hand at what I do here. I've done a lot of work over time, but that looks interesting. But basically it's not as easy to get this stuff to go to air. We're going at that as well. Okay, that looks a lot better, I do think. Or does it? Wondering where the centre of this is going to be. Maybe I should move this up a little bit. But basically I'm really missing my partner Luigi, and it's really been extremely difficult trying to get this stuff to go to air, which I need to do to get in touch with this person. And he himself has done photocopier art as well. But he also has a bigger dream in mind. Apart from being an artist, he wants to redesign the photocopier. I want to redesign the photocopier to make it a better machine, and we want to redesign it by giving it our equipment artificial intelligence, and we want to build a machine which the hardware lasts 60 years instead of 5 years, and we want to donate most of the money that we make as I've done something, I forgot something, sorry, but basically we want to redesign the photocopier so that it'll be more user-friendly and better for the environment, and the actual machine's going to be manufactured mostly from recycled materials instead of virgin materials. So we're going to make it out of recycled as much as we can, and places like India and China are going to be great places to mine for e-waste or electronic waste. To get these materials. Just got a little bit of it there. So we're trying to make the world a better place, and basically the kind of workplace that we envisage for these workers, these factory workers, is a place where the wage for the factory workers is a little bit more than the actual proper wage, not slave wages, because we're not going to have slaves in our factory, and our factory is going to be on Australian soil. It's going to be on Australian soil where we pay proper wages or above proper wages, and yeah, so it's going to be Australian made, Australian owned and Australian designed. It's going to be like Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. That's what this equipment's going to be. It's going to be like screaming Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Wondering if we can make this better. So it's going to be basically a real Australian made and Australian owned and Australian manufactured thing. So I'm just going to move it back a bit. But basically, we got to make sure, we got to care for the planet and care for the human race instead of just making a product and making lots of money, because the love of money is destroying our planet and it's destroying the human race with it, and it's just not acceptable. So Luigi and I have got big dreams ahead, and it's going to go beyond the art world, but it's got to start with this, strangely enough. And I'm trying to get this on television to get it recognised. Now that looks better. That looks a lot better. That looks almost like a heart shape almost. But basically, we've got to make this world a better place. And most of the another thing I want to do, I'm wanting to become a CEO of this company. I want to be the CEO, even though I've got disabilities that prevent me from working in normal work. So they're going to have bionic implants. I look forward to a day when they have bionic implants for my brain to fix primarily the short-term memory and the hippocampus, which was severely damaged at birth. And basically, I'm going to become a CEO, but I'm also going to become a scientist, and I want to use that money that I earn and put it towards creating scientific discoveries, including how to end climate change, which is a big problem, or how to decontaminate nuclear waste sites like Fukushima and Chernobyl, finding a way of harnessing the power of lightning as a energy source to make electricity, renewable electricity. So there's a lot of things that I want to do in my future once this future opens up. But I have to start with getting this stuff on television so I can locate this person, because without the love of this person and the nurturing and the assistance, I'm just whistling in the wind. I'm just doing fuck all to make these dreams come true. So, you know, you got to, and when you have a dream, folks, you got to dream not just for yourself. You can't just say, oh, I want to have, or I want to win $1 million. That's not good enough. It is a very selfish and unproductive dream to have, is to have a lot of money for the sake of it. Money has to be put to work to make the world a better place for other people, not just yourselves or your immediate family or your immediate friends or social circles. You got to go beyond. You got to try and make a difference, folks, a difference to the world, to make it a better place for everyone. You know, that's what you have to do, folks. Anyway, I think that looks really quite nice. I think now we can call this demo quits.